Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. 15 matchups on this NHL slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. If you guys haven't signed up in the premium Discord, go ahead and do that. Coming off some monster hits yesterday. Love to have you guys in there. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Huge slate today. Starting with the Detroit Red Wings versus the Boston Bruins. Bruins opening up as home favorites at minus 210. Detroit plus 175 with the over-under at 6. Detroit coming into this matchup 9-6-3. Boston 14-1-3. Head-to-head, Boston 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Detroit coming off a Devils win 4-0. They actually did beat the Bruins 5-4 in their last meeting, but then lost 4-1 in the meeting before that. Bruins coming off a Florida win. Detroit 2-16 on the road against Boston. Yeah, they've been horrible on the road against Boston here. Boston 5-0 at home right now, playing good. And yeah, I just don't like the fact that Detroit has not been able to beat Boston on the road in a long time. Give me the Bruins at home. Next matchup, we got the New York Rangers versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Rangers opening up as road favorites at minus 140. The Flyers plus 120 with the over-under at 6. Rangers coming into this matchup 13-3-1. The Flyers 10-8-1. Head-to-head, the Rangers are 7-2-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Rangers coming off a Pittsburgh win. The Flyers coming off an Islanders loss. The Rangers, they're 7-1 against the Flyers, 7-2 on the road. I mean, very good head-to-head here. Flyers 1-5 at home against the Rangers. And I'm going to have to lean with the Rangers on the road. Don't hate the Flyers at home, but they've been bad at home against the Rangers. And I think I'm going to take New York on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Toronto opening up as road favorites at minus 270. Chicago plus 220 with the over-under at 6.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 10-5-2. Chicago 5-12. Head-to-head, Chicago 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Toronto on a 4-game winning streak right now. Chicago on a 5-game losing streak. Yeah, coming off a 7-3 loss against Columbus. Yeah, the Chicago defense is pretty bad here. And yeah, not in love with what I've been seeing from Chicago. They're 1-11 at home where they really struggle. Yeah, give me Toronto on the road. Next matchup, we got the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the New Jersey Devils. Devils opening up as home favorites at minus 250. Columbus plus 200 with the over-under at 6.5. Columbus coming into this matchup 5-11-4. The Devils 8-8-1. Head-to-head, the Devils are 3-0 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Columbus coming off a Chicago win, but they're 1-9 in their last 10. I mean, that's their first win in multiple weeks. Devils, they've been struggling coming off a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Detroit loss. But this Columbus team, I mean, they're on a very bad losing stretch. And I'm not sure I trust them, to be honest. I know Devils are playing bad, but yeah, Columbus. I mean, they haven't gotten multiple wins in a long time. I'm going to take a shot with the Devils at home. Next matchup, we got the Edmonton Oilers versus the Washington Capitals. Edmonton opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Washington plus 110 with the over-under at 6.5. Edmonton coming into this matchup 5-12-1. Washington 10-4-2. Head-to-head, Washington 6-2-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Edmonton on a 3-game losing streak right now. Washington on a 5-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. I mean, they're playing very good hockey right now. Edmonton 1-7 on the road, 1-5 on the road against Washington here. Washington 5-1 at home against Edmonton. I really liking Washington here. This Edmonton team, they've been just a big letdown so far this season, and they've really struggled. Give me Washington plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Nashville Predators versus the St. Louis Blues. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 6. Nashville coming into this matchup 8-10. The Blues 10-7-1. Head-to-head, St. Louis is 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Nashville on a 3-game winning streak coming off a Calgary win. St. Louis on a 2-game winning streak coming off an Arizona win. I mean, yeah, about an even as matchup as it gets here. St. Louis, they're 5-1 at home. Getting it done at home here in a pick'em scenario. I think I'm going to take the home team here. And I'm going to take a shot with the Blues at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Kings versus the Anaheim Ducks. Kings opening up as road favorites at minus 190. The Ducks plus 160 with the over-under at 6. Kings coming into this matchup 11-3-3. The Ducks 9-10. Head-to-head, LA 7-2-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. LA on a 3-game winning streak coming off an Arizona win. Anaheim, they're on a 4-game losing streak. So bad stretch for Anaheim here. LA 6-0 against Anaheim. 6-1 on the road against Anaheim. I've been pretty dominant against the Ducks here. And I think I'm going to have to roll with the Kings on the road. Next matchup, we got the Montreal Canadiens versus the San Jose Sharks. Montreal opening up as road favorites at minus 145. The Sharks plus 120 with the over-under at 6.5. Montreal coming into this matchup 8-9-2. The Sharks 3-15-1. Head-to-head, San Jose 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Montreal coming off an Anaheim win. San Jose on a 2-game losing streak coming off a bad Seattle win. Bad Seattle loss. I mean, yeah, I'd bet against the Sharks. That's just what we're going to do here. We bet against the Sharks here. Been pretty profitable been very profitable this season. If you look at the numbers, Montreal hasn't been good against San Jose, but San Jose hasn't been this historically bad, so we'll take Montreal on the road. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Buffalo Sabres. Penguins opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Buffalo plus 110 with the over-under at 6.5. Penguins coming into this matchup 9-9. Buffalo 8-9-2. Head-to-head, Pittsburgh 6-3-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Pittsburgh coming off a Rangers loss. Buffalo coming off a Washington loss. Buffalo did lose to Pitt 4-0 in their last meeting. Pitt 12-4 against Buffalo. 14-5 on the road against Buffalo here. And I think I'm going to take the Penguins on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Islanders versus the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa opening up as home favorites at minus 130. The Islanders plus 115 with the over-under at 6. Islanders coming into this matchup 7-6-5. Ottawa 8-7. Head-to-head, the Islanders are 7-2-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Islanders on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Philly win. Ottawa on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a Minnesota win. They did beat the they lost to the Islanders in their last matchup 3-2. Islanders have been good against Ottawa, 11-3 straight up against Ottawa, 6-2 on the road against Ottawa. I see this as a winnable game for the Islanders here, and I'll take a shot with the Islanders plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina opening up as home favorites at minus 165. The Lightning plus 140 with the over-under at 6.5. Lightning coming into this matchup 9-6-5. Carolina 11-7. Head-to-head, Tampa Bay 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Tampa Bay coming off a Winnipeg loss. They lost to Carolina in their last meeting 4-0. Carolina on a 2-game winning streak, coming off an Edmonton win. Carolina playing great hockey, 6-1 at home here. Beat them pretty good in the last meeting, and I think I'm going to take the Hurricanes at home. Next matchup, we got the Winnipeg Jets versus the Florida Panthers. Florida opening up as home favorites at -130. Winnipeg +115 with the over-under at 6.5. Winnipeg coming into this matchup 11-5-2. Florida 12-6-1. Head-to-head, Winnipeg 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Winnipeg on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a Tampa Bay win. They're playing very good right now. Florida coming off a Boston loss. Winnipeg, they're 8-4 head-to-head against Florida, so they've been very good here. I think this is a winnable game for Winnipeg on the road. I mean, they're playing good, 4-game winning streak. Give me a shot with Winnipeg +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Calgary Flames versus the Dallas Stars. Dallas opening up as home favorites at -180. Calgary +140 with the over-under at 6. Calgary coming into this matchup 7-9-3. Dallas 12-4-2. Head-to-head, Dallas 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Calgary coming off a Nashville loss. They did lose to Dallas in their last meeting 4-3. Dallas coming off a Vegas loss. They're 5-2 in their last 7, but 2 of those losses to Vegas and Colorado. So, they've struggled against the good teams here in Calgary. Not a very great team. Give me the Stars at home here. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Avalanche versus the Minnesota Wild. Colorado opening up as road favorites at -140. The Wild +120 with the over-under at 6.5. Colorado coming into this matchup 12-6. The Wild 5-8-4. Head-to-head, Colorado 6-3-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Colorado coming off a Vancouver win 5-2. Minnesota, they're on a 5-game losing streak, 2-8 in their last 10. This Wild team is playing very poorly here. Colorado 15-5 on the road, where they've been pretty dominant, and just not loving what I'm seeing from the Wild here. And I'm gonna take Colorado on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the Vancouver Canucks versus the Seattle Kraken. Vancouver opening up as road favorites at -115. The Kraken +105 with the over-under at 6.5. Vancouver coming into this matchup 13-6-1. The Kraken 8-8-5. Head-to-head, Vancouver 6-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Vancouver coming off a Colorado loss. They did just lose to Seattle 4-3 in their last meeting a couple games ago. Seattle coming off a big San Jose win. I think Kraken are a good underdog tonight. We've seen Vancouver struggle. Just 1-3 in their last 4, so on a tough little stretch for Vancouver. Give me Kraken +1.5 at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.